Alright, so looking at another match of yours. Looks like the guys from the academy goes in right away for a Berimbolo. I'm always surprised with white belts now that are doing Berimbolo and all sorts of craziness. Good job on um, dropping your weight down, but you post it up there for a second. So as you post it up, he's able to get completely underneath and kind of looks like he might even have kicked you in the face there a little bit. Right. No, that's good. So he gets to the back from here. So as soon as he starts berimboling here, like one that I like to do is just completely backing out, right? So keeping my base low and backing out. By the way, that's me in the background. So fat chubby kid, you probably saw me. You probably weighed in with me, I'm guessing. Um, Gets the side. But yeah, for the most part on that Berimbolo, until you start working a strong defense, try to find something out there. Otherwise, disengaging is for me, about the best option. Gets onto the back here. Try to clear it as much as possible. Good job on getting turned. Oh, so going the mount. Good hip switch actually. So yeah, you went in there and got a nice switch as soon as possible. Some guys will wait on that and then they end up getting their back taken. So I want to see how that foot, if you guys, yep, you guys started that way. Okay, so foot's in here, maybe looking for an underhook on the right side, um, just the same side that's hooked, rather than just simply trying to get that out and go into guard. Not a bad idea just to get it out and go into guard, but possibly looking for a sweep there, like a quarter guard sweep. And see how he's putting that forward pressure, like a ton of forward pressure. Really try to get underneath his hips. His hips are high at this point, so you're going to try to take your arm and get underneath his hips as much as possible, going into either a deep half position or simply just getting under his hips and kind of taking him the opposite way. So you're like almost in a classic deep half position here. And he's super far over. So you should be able to sweep him from here or come out the back. Can't quite tell what you're going for, but I think maybe you're trying for like a baseball choke. Good sit. Next time, so if you see guys jump and do this right away, bring your knees as high as possible and your elbows together, which it looks like you tried to, and you actually ended up defending it fairly well. Um, Here you should be getting your butt down. You're pressuring forward and into him. Try to get your head up, butt down, posture yourself up. Really try to push down on his hips and get your back straight. Good job on getting out of the triangle. Oh, that was bad. So come back right here. You start in perfect. Like this is perfect. One hand on the far side, one hand on the near side, and then you switch to both hands on one. This is a good example of someone being able to get to the back, right? So since both hands are on one side, there's nothing really stopping him from taking and going off to the side. And try to make for sure that you pass around his legs before you start grabbing the head. Um, a good video for you to watch maybe would be like the Adam Rezovic. I know I'm probably saying that last name wrong, but as far as guard passing, don't try to attack the head until you're already past the legs, right? So here, like you're attacking the neck and the head, you shouldn't do that until you're past the legs. He's doing a good job of breaking down your posture a little bit. Looks like he's maybe going for a collar choke. So same thing. He starts to break your posture there. Um, just working on either putting one hand in the chest, not so far up, like in the sternum almost, and then the other hand trying to push down. Sometimes I struggle with using both hands to push down just because then I don't have much to be able to base on other than my knees. And your pressure's just a little bit far forward here. Like I said, I like passing sitting up rather than going that way. You'll see maybe a Wilson Hayes, like REIS, try to do a pass like that. I think he just calls it Wilson Hayes pass. You can look it up. He's probably trying to set you up for a sweep here as he pulls you forward. And then looking for a collar choke. And same thing. When you're passing that triangle, try not to grab, have your other arm around the head. That right elbow should be in super tight when you start to pass like that, so you don't get triangled. He actually interlaces his fingers there, which you shouldn't do. If you're here too, if you want, rather than going that way, one other option is you can actually run the opposite way, like a 45-degree angle away from him, and really try to like walk up that leg. So I don't have a good example of that triangle defense, but essentially you would take your entire upper body, throw it to this side, which is not typically the escape, and then walk up like you're trying to walk up a rope or climb up a rope up his leg, but this way. So his leg would end up on the mat, and then you'd be walking up the entire time. I know you said you got worked, but it actually wasn't a bad match. I mean, he was took advantages of a couple small problems or things that you gave him, but it was actually a really good match. So you got out of a lot of stuff. He did some crazy stuff as well. So not a bad match. Something to learn from for sure.